Welcome back, darlings. This video is all about getting perfect streak-free glass every single time using ONR. Okay, so ONR, Ultimate No Rinse. This idea to use it for glass cleaning isn't mine. I saw it from Matt Rowe over at Obsidian Detailing. Thank you, Matt. You're a beautiful man, and very pleased you've shared this. I've been playing with it a bit, using some different cloths to try and see which gives me the best results. And having gone through a few iterations, I found one that I think works very well all the time, and one that didn't work as well as I expected. So I kind of wanted to share that with you. So, ONR, you need 4 mil of ONR to a litre. So, and for doing the windows, I kind of find 2 litres in a bucket is fine. You can use regular tap water, your deionised water if you want to. I haven't found that makes a huge difference actually, which is good. So it means you can just use your tap water, you don't have to have DI. DI makes it maybe even better, perhaps, but it's the polymers in ONR that really help. So, I have that. I've also got a dedicated bucket for the job. The thing is, I haven't got an awful lot of space in the van, so I was like, I need a small bucket. Enter this. Now this has a lid, which is pretty handy. Well, I find it handy, but it doesn't spill. Also means I can set it up at the beginning of the job, and then just crack on, and then I can go to it whenever I want to. So this is an expanding bucket, or collapsible bucket, however you want to look at it. That's off Amazon, and that is, I think it's about £8, something like that, the one with the lid. It's great, working really well. I've had it for about 2 or 3 months now, used it quite a lot, and it hasn't split or anything, so pretty robust, good for the money as well. So what I do is I put that aside, and I put in the 8 mil, because I'm going to use 2 litres, it'll be 8 mil of ONR, and then I pour in my water. So this is a 2 litre bottle. The only reason I keep this is because I can easily nip off 2 litres and pour it straight in, and then I know I'm good to go. Then it's kind of down to the cloths. I find that I like using one of these plusher cloths to do the initial wipe off. You do need 2 cloths, they need to be clean, you can't use them for anything else, or have used them for anything else. If they're washed out, that's fine. So if there was like a polish removal one that you've used and you've washed it, that'll be all right. Yeah, I like using this as the initial wiping, cleaning one. Didn't find it made a huge difference if I went with that, or a yeah, one of these fluffier dual pile jobbies. This is Garage Therapy's one, that's very nice too. But yeah, your general purpose cloth, not a problem whatsoever. What I did find that made the big difference was the wipe off cloth. Now, again, using something like this to wipe off was okay. A little bit streaky, but no, not streaky. It got there in the end. It took a bit longer to dry, and therefore there's more chance of there being some residue left behind, I guess. But I thought, brilliant, waffle weave would be perfect for this. I've never really got on with waffle weaves, particularly these ones, which have got kind of small weave. This is an Auto Finesse one. I hate it. It leaves lint behind all the time, no matter how I wash it, or if I soak it and rinse it afterwards as well. Doesn't make a difference. It's just generally not a very nice cloth. But what I have found works incredibly well is this. I mentioned it in my previous What's Coming Up video. This pyramid weave. And you can really see it's a waffle weave, but the waffle kind of gets smaller to a point inside. Very subtle, it's very shallow, but this you're going to see is fantastic, and that really dries it up more quickly. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show them side by side so you can see it happening at the same time. But I'm going to do both the doors and then put the video side by side, and you can see. I'm going to do one with my preferred drying off towel, and I'm going to do one with just like a regular microfiber towel, so you can, as the wipe off, buff off towel. I'm going to use the same cloth for applying the ONR and wiping around, because I have not found that makes a huge difference. So you just use your own preference on that one. All right, enough waffling, let's go and do some action. All right, so that's the towel, the plush towel, resting in the water with the ONR. Now the reason I say I set this up at the beginning is I just let the towel soak in there, get all the fibres absorbing all the liquid, and that's why I like the lid. Because I set it up at the beginning of the job, and then it's good to go. I know when I'm ready to do the windows, I'll pick it up. I will also do this on the outside glass as well. After it's all been washed, contact washed, when I'm just finishing it all off, I'll do the same. I'll use the same stuff. great thing is it doesn't get that dirty, so you can pour that water after you've done this with the ONR back into that 2 litre bottle. So I would say you probably get 2 or 3 cars out of this, maybe even more. If you want to change the water afterwards, that's fine, but you don't have to. You can use it a bit more than once. First thing to do is take the cloth out and squeeze out the excess. You don't want loads. You don't need it to be sopping. So that's squeezing out a bit. Now it's going to wring it out lightly. There we go. That's enough. That's damp, heavily damp, but it's not dripping, and that's the main thing. That's kind of enough. I love the smell of ONR as well, so this is always a bonus. All right, so both of these windows, I haven't done the outsides either, so they're pretty dirty, and I'm going to do it on both, so you can actually see how the dirty side comes up too, like the properly soiled side. You can see though, the level of moisture that I've got in this cloth right now. You just be nice and thorough. It's the polymers that are inside this that are really taking the strain out of it. Now, Matt, as I said, over at Obsidian, did a lot of experimenting. He found that ONR was far better than other rinseless products for this job. Particularly, I think he compared it against the FenLab stuff, which he uses a lot for polish removal, which that is better than ONR. But for the glass cleaning, he found ONR was best. You can see that's come up looking lovely, very quickly as well on the pyramid. This is a bit cack-handed, so you have to bear with me. I flipped the side on the cloth for this bit. I've got a bit of bird poo here to take off too. So that was a fresh side. That's that soiled, heavily soiled side there, okay? I see that smearing. That's because I didn't swap over to a dry side, so that's the wet side from doing the inside of the glass as well. That's the dry side, just to finish off. Look at that, crystal clear. Well, there we have it. Pretty unequivocal evidence there. I think that the ONR as a glass cleaning solution is very good, and particularly that this pyramid towel is fantastic for drying off. Now, that's Detailers United, link for that below. Link below for that collapsible bucket as well, that's a godsend. I've actually got another one, and I use that exclusively for ONR on the outside. But this one is my glass cleaning one. They do different colours. There are ones without lids and ones with. I chose one with the lid for the aforementioned reason. I think it's better, it's a useful feature. Didn't cost any more, really. The Super Plush Towel, there's a link below to the Detailers United one, which is just like the one I've been using here. It's a bit bigger, which may be a benefit. It's useful to have Super Plush towels anyway, so not really an issue there, I don't think. Yeah, hopefully that's been a useful one. There's one caveat to make sure is included here, and that is the fact that if you have got really, really, really dirty windows that maybe got vape residue on the inside, you will need to use a stronger cleaner first, but then you can finish off with the ONR combination. So a regular glass cleaner, or even sometimes a very strong specialist glass cleaner for vape residue particularly, may be in order. But to get that final street-free finish, ONR, regular maintenance, ONR, and specifically this brilliant cloth. All right, thanks very much, and I will see you in the next one.